What
did
we just watch?
A troubled young man is drawn to a mythical place called Midian, where a variety of friendly monsters are hiding from humanity. Meanwhile, a sadistic killer is looking for a patsy.
Welcome to another episode of What Did We Just Watch? I'm JJ.
I'm Leo.
And I'm Josh.
And
Welcome.
you haven't guessed, welcome. And if you haven't guessed by that synopsis, we've just watched Nightbreed,
That's right.
the Clive Barker 1990s.
I thought
flick.
it was older when you gave me the movie. I thought it was older than the 90s. So that was like the first thing I looked up when I put it in this morning, and it was pretty not bad.
It felt like an 80s movie.
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, it was 1990s, so
Right,
it was just
yeah.
Yeah, and like it's, the director writer is Clive Barker, and when Hellraiser wasn't too far behind that, was it?
No, it was
87
in the 80s,
or 88,
something like that,
something like that. So
Yep.
This was my pick, so
Yeah, Josh
I'm
is
sorry,
Saunders'
JJ.
pick. Saunders' pick.
But I really thought JJ would like it more.
It was just okay. Well,
I picked it kind of for JJ because I don't normally pick stuff like this, and I figured he would have already seen it.
Yeah, it is definitely out of my realm.
It was
of
way
like
out of
movie
my-
genre
yeah.
too. I'm not very knowledgeable.
Because I don't like
horror.
a lot of 70s and 80s horror.
honestly,
or
90s.
90s.
The one person I trust with my B movies told me a while back ago, before we even started doing this podcast, that it wasn't a good movie.
Oh,
that
yeah?
kind of a movie.
Matt
So,
Powell?
yeah, Matt
Yeah.
Powell.
I can't believe he don't like it, actually. But
It wasn't. It was okay, I guess. It to me, it was like it didn't make sense.
the story was weird.
There
story was weird.
There was no plot. It was like
Right.
didn't make sense why everything was going on. And this is the director's cut, which they added like 40
minutes.
Yes,
Well,
and
it's 45 minutes,
Yeah.
but it only adds 20 minutes because they took old scenes out and replaced them.
Right, and there's not even a feature on there where you can go back and watch the original ending. This ending that I read was watched was the alternate ending. So it seemed it was
from
completely
what I
alternate.
read-
it wasn't even like small differences.
Yeah.
It was like completely different ending. You
From
couldn't
what
watch
I
the
read, the
original.
director hated what they did to it so much that he didn't even want the original ending on the movie. So I don't know.
And,
Did you read what the original was about?
I didn't
They like bring the doctor. I think he comes back to life somehow, and it still kind of ends with the sort of no ending, really. The Midian Midian.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah.
Keep
After
saying
7
Meridian.
takes of trying
17
to...
Yeah.
takes.
It just still is destroyed, and they have no home. So it's still the same kind of ending.
I would watch a sequel. I feel like it needs a sequel though.
I thought it was setting up for a sequel.
Yeah.
I would have hated to see the original version if it being
Yes.
chopped up so much people not
True.
know what's going on with that one, and this one you still don't know what's really going on. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I figured they could do a sequel where the monsters come to New York City or something.
Did anybody look up anything? Google some references on the Doctor? 'Cause his name was Philip K. Decker. Like, first thing I thought was Philip K. Dick, who did the Why Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and Blade Runner's based off that.
Oh.
And then there's Deckard in Blade Runner.
Oh,
and the
right.
Doctor's name was Philip
Maybe
K.
it was
Decker.
just like an homage or whatever.
Maybe. I don't know. I hadn't looked it up.
Yeah.
Could be.
The doctor is David Cronenberg,
Mm-hmm.
who directed and wrote a lot of stuff.
A lot of, like, zany movies like this kind of.
Yeah, well, but then you go further into the 2000s, and he did History of Violence and Eastern Promises.
Okay.
So I was like, but yeah, and another reason they cut it up so much, and like the studio didn't really want a monster film where the monsters were good guys or whatever. So that was kind of
That's one thing I really liked about it.
and
Actually,
I just don't think they're not really good.
They're not really
guys.
good, though, yeah.
No,
That's-
like I just
like when you said, in
Well,
the
they weren't really
synopsis,
bad,
like,
were
yeah.
they?
yeah. Well, that one was
Bite
trying to
him.
eat him.
Well, he was just kind of like the rogue bad boy monster, maybe.
Yeah.
I told JJ it had like a real X-Men vibe.
Right.
It was kind of like they
Kinda.
didn't fit into normal society, and they went off and had
But
a community themselves.
But he was like defending himself, like, well, I killed so many people, so don't kill me. So I mean, it's like
To get into the
monsters?
club, they
You
have to be bad.
Yeah, you have to be bad in the future
Yeah,
life
that
or
part
something, it
didn't. It
seems
kinda-
like. But then it shows
Halfway through the movie, they're like, I was rooting for the Midian monsters.
That's what Clive Barker wanted you to do for sure.
But then it and then it showed that flashback. And I mean, I know we're just jumping all over the place, but who cares? Because it's our podcast,
Right.
and we watched it already.
There's really no format.
yeah.
We just chit chat.
But like that flashback where that little girl shows his girlfriend, what happened to them, and they're being tortured and stuff. But why? Just because they're shapeshifters or something, they said.
Yeah.
But then you got that. But then, okay, I was like, okay, well, then that makes you feel for him. But then you go back to where it basically, like I said, you basically have to be a bad person to become a monster in that world.
True, yeah.
So it's like, that just throws itself off.
And could just anyone,
Yeah.
could anyone go to the place?
I don't know.
And,
That's
just
my
walk down these
question.
fucking stairs, and it's like, oh shit, there's monsters everywhere.
Yeah. And
crazy.
apparently the monsters have no, they say you can't do it, but they won't stop you. Because,
Right.
she just
You're visiting Granny Geraldine over there, and it's like,
And then the main character, he got real lucky. Him and the guy that carried around the little terrier dog were like the only kind of normal looking ones in there. It seemed like in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. there's been secret government and secret people that put these, they'll put them through a Terrigenesis crystal test where they put them in the crystal and they be absorbed, and then they have random powers when they come out. That's what this kind of, they either get them or don't, and it's always something random.
That's kind of
that's what it reminded me of too. It's like, well, I guess you just go down there and hopefully you don't get the power with the big chin and forehead guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But but then the dude that he met in the hospital where he cut his face off or whatever, and all that was cool. But
you know what that character's name was?
What?
I couldn't pronounce. It's like
I don't know.
Narcisse or something. I didn't know if you guys knew.
Narcissi, maybe narcissist or
yeah.
But I don't know. But then he comes back or whatever. But he's normal kind of, except for that he's cut his face and all that stuff.
Right.
So I don't know how they get there. Maybe how they die.
Did you guys watch the documentary with Clive Barker and everything
beforehand?
No, on the special features.
No,
it's probably not on the DVD.
Oh yeah, okay, it was on the Blu-ray. But
shoot, I wonder if the alternate endings on. See, I watched the DVD.
I didn't see it if it was on there.
Because I looked after.
But it was cool because everybody was just Clive Barker's friends.
That's cool.
From he just had all his friends in there. It's kind of like a Rob Zombie deal where he'll put all his friends.
That's awesome. It kind of seemed like that with the after the movie ended.
It was guys that the main leader guy with the cuts on his face and stuff. He was like a Broadway legend or some shit.
Cool.
He was a really talented actor. But it was neat. I mean, he really cared about this film. That was one thing I got from it. He wanted it to be done the way he originally wanted it.
That's cool.
It still doesn't make it any less confusing, but I'm glad he got to make his.
It always makes you appreciate when they write and direct it. It's pretty.
So,
I like that.
Because then Clive Barker blew up after this, so I guess.
Did he?
Well, I mean, Hellraiser's famous.
Well, Hellraiser was before.
Oh, well, he made 20 of those movies, didn't he?
Yeah, there's 9.
He had a franchise. He wasn't going to have a Nightbreed franchise, apparently. I still say they shoot Nightbreed in New York. 2000. Put Channing Tatum in it.
Hellraiser also had more books, and and Nightbreed's based off of a short story called Cabal.
Yeah,
that he wrote.
It's it's pretty much the exact same plot, and that's the ending of that book was the original ending for the movie. Okay. So it all pretty much, from what I read, stuck to the book that he wrote.
It's crazy how studios can take dudes the dude came up with all of this and they still changed it.
All the creatures and all. I mean, who came up with all that?
They had to know what he was going.
There was not one same looking person down there when he goes down to Midian.
I love the way the monster.
That was cool.
I'm sure Cronenberg had a lot to help.
Yeah, because that's kind of his thing is the monster feature sort of makeup and costume and all that.
Hence the Rick and Morty
Cronenberg
episode.
Morty.
Yeah. But so let's go to the. I guess you start out. What is it? He's dreaming. Is it him dreaming? You start out.
Yeah, you don't know what's wrong with this guy for a while. He's dreaming and having hallucinations, and then he's kind of crazy, maybe not crazy.
Yeah,
you don't really know.
And then it cuts to this family in a house or whatever, and then this killer with the cool mask,
slasher.
I do love that mask.
That mask was pretty neat. He
creeped me out.
Yeah, a little bit.
The wife goes and closes the door, and then she opens up the fridge.
Classic.
Classic. Your typical jump scare thing where you close the fridge and the guy's there.
Yeah.
Did you notice JJ and Leo the Evil Dead homage going the camera work in the dream sequence or whatever? I just call that the Evil Dead effect or whatever. The down on the ground and going really fast and
Oh yeah.
like because they did it in the Evil Dead remake too,
Oh.
like and they did that in the
Because
first one.
The
and,
movie's too scary.
like, Evil Dead remake is fucked up, but
It's scarier than the original.
a little bit.
And then you got that.
I think there was a lot of homages in here. We just
Then I
don't
guess he
know
was
about it.
he was. I mean, it might not be homages. He just might have been stealing it.
Right. Too. When was Evil Dead?
80 something.
Yeah, 80 something.
I can't look it up because we're using my phone to record.
Truth. I just put very Evil and Dead inspired camera work, but
And then
did y'all like the psychiatrist Cronenberg? Did you like his character? Or did
No.
I felt he was extremely overacted.
Yes, and
Like
that
it was to
whole-
the point of cheesiness. Like
I have in my notes that there was like zero investigation through the whole movie.
Oh, yeah, with
so
the
he
cops,
gets
yeah.
so he gets to the doctors and he's going, well, you probably did this. You did this murder. And he goes, oh, and he's convinced
but the
right
thing
away.
is,
Yeah.
he's using him because he told him about all this stuff because he was having dreams about it.
Yeah.
And then the doctor, spoiler alert, is the killer and goes and does
Right,
the
yeah.
killings.
Right. But it's
So-
like the guy's convinced. He goes so far as to ask, well, what do I do? What do I need to do? Like, dude, this guy, I mean, there's no police.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you have about 24 hours to go to the police.
After
like,
I give you some kind of pills,
R-
but
yeah,
not
some-
even the pills that he said.
yeah.
yeah.
Try to fuck with him.
There was that, and then there was the scene where he was in the hospital, and the one character started to cut his face,
Yeah.
and then Boone goes out to the hallway, and the nurse is going, "Well, what did you do? What did you do?" Like, you assume he did this, you
Yeah,
know,
right.
like
Right,
that's
yeah.
final. And then I have another thing wrote down when he was in the field, and doctor comes up to him, and he's, "I can help you. I can help you." So he goes,
he's
"He's
got
got
a
a gun," and he goes, you know, they shoot him like 100 times,
Yeah.
and then the
The
main
cop's
officer
like-
comes up and says, "Well, where's the gun?" He goes, "Well, he reached into his jacket." That's,
Oh, okay.
okay, yeah. There's like no investigation. Yeah.
You could tell they were just focusing on
Yeah.
like, look at our cool
It's
monsters.
like, oh, man.
and-
Yeah, right. Which is cool.
But,
you
yeah.
know.
Let's go back a second to where, he's walking around after taking those pills and he goes to his girlfriend's concert and her fucking song.
Started on that fucking girlfriend, man.
And
Her and the
of-
psychiatrist, I hate it so much.
part of the lyrics is, I want a brave man, I want a caveman.
Right.
Alrighty.
Oh, and then he gets hit by a fucking semi-truck and survives. He does.
Yeah. He had a couple scratches.
Yeah, and then he gets shot up and he dies.
I want a brave man. I want a caveman.
That girlfriend was ridiculous, man. Like, they could have got anybody else to be that part.
I kind of liked that character. I
Oh,
thought she was
man.
kind of tough and
I
cool.
couldn't stand
No,
her.
she was annoying.
I kind of liked her once she got into Midian, but I mean, beforehand.
But then
was
the end, she
rough,
was stupid
man.
in the end.
Yeah. Killing herself and shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of a Romeo Juliet dark kind of deal.
maybe.
Maybe. But I did like the blood and special effects. I liked how they like showed each character like as they
When
walked
he
through.
it was her. Yeah, when she came down.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Into Midian and was looking around, and you could see the berserker characters, and then there was the guy with the face crotch, and I don't know, there was all kinds of weird stuff.
Yep.
He definitely
thought it
went
was cool.
crazy on the makeup and special. That was where the budget went for sure.
Well, and then like the whole kind of like tell that the doctor's the killer or whatever. I mean, it's like it was no surprise, but then you go and he's talking at a table and the table's full of knives and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not very like a cool revealing or anything, but
No.
Right? Yeah.
it's just like
All right.
I do
And-
love that scene though, near where the killer goes in there and talking to that old man and stuff.
where he has them wrapped up in Christmas lights.
Yeah, he's wrapped up in Christmas lights, and like that's what the famous quote from this is. It's like, "I'm death, plain and simple." Like that's his line, I guess.
I like the quote from the his name was like Peliquin or something like that, when he's talking to Boone and he says, "This is true," and he said, "Everything is true. God's an astronaut. Oz is over the rainbow, and Midian is where the monsters live."
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
I thought that
remember
was
now.
cool.
Oh, and then he gets shot up or whatever, but before that he's in Midian.
Yeah.
And he gets bit by the crazy dread monster guy
Yeah.
or whatever. And then that what makes him not die, comes back as a
So
monster.
then there's like a zombie effect to it, where if
Yeah.
you get bit by one, I guess you turn
Yeah.
into one. Or
and there's
so, I mean, it just don't explain anything. Like, I
and
would've
there's
loved
so
to know
many
how they
rules
got
too.
there.
And
Yeah, a lot of laws.
but but no one follows them.
Midian is like a boarding school for like out-of-line monsters or whatever. Like, do you have an out-of-line monster?
Yeah.
Send him to Midian.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's kind of like X-Men.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, and then okay, so he comes back and they catch him or whatever, Boone,
Yeah.
and then the police are like beating the shit out of him, illegal stuff going on. Then
Right. And he's white.
yeah, and and it's a creepy sheriff.
Yeah,
he's kind
the
of
sheriff.
Yeah,
was
what's
terrible.
up with so the Sons of the Free? I mean, was that just kind of like the townsfolk and the police department? They're just
guess.
like went rogue and
Once again, they really didn't give much detail on that.
creature
Like,
killers.
yeah.
that they never knew about.
They had all those weapons. Yeah, even the weapon crates said like Sons of the Free on it and everything. They're ready.
Oh yeah, because apparently, this, I guess it's got to be something because it like you go into this, the police department's got all this freaking ammo or all these weapons that police forces don't have,
Right.
Hey, right.
like a freaking grenade launcher.
Right. One guy had like an RPG, didn't
Yeah.
he, at the end when he tried to shoot the berserkers?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. Small town cops drink. Oh yeah, cops drinking on the job too.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
There's definitely more rules in Midian than there are in the real world. That's-
Yeah, because they
Yeah, like it's no investigation. There's like no law above.
They left 2 cops in the station to protect or to Boone or whatever.
Yeah.
While everyone else in the town and all the cops are going to Midian, and they're over there just drinking, and then the shadow lady or the fog lady comes in all naked and
Yeah.
stuff, and they knock them out and get Boone, and Boone comes and then the monsters are all scared to fight back too.
Yeah.
It's
The
like-
whole point was like they're trying to make the humans seem like the evil creatures, and like
But I guess that's
this movie hates humans. But that's different. Like no one does that though. So I mean, I've never seen a movie like that
X-Men.
except X-Men. Yeah, you're right. You're right on that one. See, I'm not a big X-Men fan, so that I don't get that. Or at least the movies.
Oh, and then what about the dude, the priest? So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Ashbury or whatever his name
but-
was.
so he's a priest, okay, right? And when you're a Christian, you believe in God and the devil.
supposed to.
Yeah. And he says he does not believe in the devil. And the devil doesn't exist, but he's
Wasn't the priest also drinking the whole time like he was with them?
I mean, if he's Catholic, it's all good.
Well, I'm
True,
just saying, I mean,
I mean, Catholic priests drink all the time. I mean, that's the cool thing about being Catholic. You're Catholic, you should know
was
this.
he? I don't know that guy was a Catholic priest.
Well, we don't know
Where
that.
did this
Most
movie
priests
take place?
are.
Does anybody know that? Where was this? Where was the setting?
I don't know.
It never said.
Did it say?
I want to say somewhere like out west.
They showed a view of a city. It was just like a quick, like from the. I mean, you could see water.
like in the
and
Oregon,
stuff.
Washington area, something like that, maybe.
I don't know,
know.
Saunders. I feel like you're just.
I may be stretching on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I
don't
mean, you
know.
could say anywhere because it didn't say at all.
I don't know where this movie took place. That's
But
good.
then the priest turns into a Nightbreed priest because he tries
True,
to
yeah.
touch whatever the fuck that thing is, that huge
That,
monster
like,
that created Midian.
Baphomet or Baphomet.
Yeah, Baphomet, whatever.
That Baphomet is like a demon from hell, like one of the big ones.
So, like real thing in like
Yeah.
mythology. or
All
something?
those like satanic goat heads and shit are Baphomet horns.
Okay.
Like they call him Baphomet, but Baphomet is probably what he really is supposed to be called. Yeah. Heavy metal pays off every once in a while. But yeah, so
And then
they built a statue. Sorry, but they built a statue of Baphomet outside the Satanic Temple in Oklahoma, and that's what all the Christians were protesting a few years back. Because they're like, if you can build churches, we can build a satanic statue to Baphomet, and he's like holding up 3 fingers or whatever, and got little boys on his lap and shit. It's crazy, but
kind of.
random knowledge.
I heard something like that. All Satanism isn't really worshiping Satan either.
No, Satanism's not.
Yeah, like
They.
I mean, there's certain ones that do, but some of it's just like
It's just very anti-God.
yeah,
That's-
and it's just basically
Yeah.
screw organized religion
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's like I just found that out the other day listening to a podcast. So
Yeah, Satanism, the Church of Satan or whatever is really not that bad,
Yeah.
honestly, if you think about it. But
then let's get to the end.
we're not condoning Satanism here.
No. I
It's
just thought
not
that
all
was
drinking blood of little piggies and shit. So.
No, none of us are Satan. Satan worshippers.
We
or
just
anything.
actually do research about stuff.
and don't label people. So,
Exactly.
but yeah, so I just thought
Except
that was a cool
JJ,
little,
because he's a fag. But anyway.
cool little
Oh
tidbit.
boy. So
Oh.
it says it was filmed in Calgary, Canada.
Okay.
So,
Well,
Man,
several
it's-
places.
Well,
Looks
they're
like in the UK, several locations in the UK also. So, I think it's just all supposed to be fictional, honestly. In the movie,
I
like
think so,
Midian
too.
and all that, you're not really supposed to know, like
what
because it
city
doesn't matter.
goes, yeah. Well, and okay, so let's get to they have the fight scene. You see a lot more monsters, but they're all
I really enjoyed the final.
the
fight
one
scene.
monster I hated the most.
The fat guy?
Yes, because he's like, you only got 2 pairs of hands. Oh, I've got more, or something
Yeah.
like
Like
that.
2 of these.
Yeah, but he goes 2 of these, and then it like spans out so you can see him, but it takes like 40 seconds before they come out.
The CGI
It's just
was a little off on that.
I'm pretty sure that's not CGI. I'm
Right,
pretty
I
sure
know.
that was all. It just
Animatronics or whatever.
Yeah, their timing on that was wrong.
Yeah,
so-
they edited that a little off.
because they did it twice, and it's just like,
Yeah.
no, that's just it takes too long. You would have been dead.
I want to get a hat like that one guy that got tied up with the lights or whatever.
Oh,
He
yeah?
had like all those trinkets on his hat
Oh,
and
yeah.
on his vest. I need that outfit.
But like, what was he? Because he knew about Midian and all the monsters. Was he like the guardian?
He's just like the
or whatever?
guardian. Yeah, had to be.
To try to stray people off if they're looking for it or
Because
something.
he was like
Right.
the only dude for miles around.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like the Don't Go Down that road. No, like, he's like the guardian.
The Pet
of it,
Cemetery
whatever.
dude?
Yeah. They're remaking that.
I know
That movie's too scary also.
it's pretty.
Never seen
Dude, when we went to Seattle and we went to the horror area that I sent you pictures from, they had the foot. Yeah, you could see we were walking up on it in the glass, and that's the one thing I remember from that movie when I was a kid was when the boy slashes the Achilles on the foot.
Yeah.
And I was walking up and told Chelsea, even I was like, if that's the foot, I can't look at it from Pet Cemetery. And we walk up there and it's the foot, the prosthetic foot, and it's got the slash in the back part of the Achilles. Like, can't look. Yeah, it was neat. It was the foot, and then they had a dead cat in there. It was like a.
So what? And you can get on Audible, you can listen to the book, and who reads it off for you? Dexter does. Michael C. Hall.
What, for Nightbreed?
No, Pet Cemetery.
Oh.
We were just
Tried to
talking-
watch his new show. I cannot watch him faking a fucking British accent though.
What show's he in?
Is it fake
It's
or
called
is it real?
Safe. No, he's American,
Safe.
but he's like you rarely hear Americans fake British accents,
Right.
and
We just
we're getting
watched-
off topic here. But
Nah, I
anyway,
mean, it's all good.
but
Let's go to the
I tried to
okay.
watch it. I didn't like it.
So the ending, where he goes back down to Baphomet or whatever,
Yeah.
and talks to him again, and he tells him, "You are gonna have to make a new city, find a place safe, and all this stuff. You are no longer Boone. You are Cabal."
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
That was a little weird. They
I
didn't.
was like, we're gonna throw in the. I mean, I guess that probably happens in the story, but it's just like
Yeah.
a little too much. And then
This movie was all a little too much.
So-
There were
But-
Tribes of the Moon.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I forgot about the Tribes of the Moon.
Yeah.
Tribes of the Moon.
And then I guess they're all gonna be waiting in a barn for him until he finds a place.
Yeah. They're
That's
still
what-
waiting there. For all that.
Yeah, for all we know. Yeah.
but when he walks off, he's gonna leave his girlfriend behind, and she's like, "Oh, whatever." And then he starts walking off, and she goes, "Boone," and then stabs herself.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No,
Way to
you
go,
should have turned me
lady."
before I did this. Now turn me now. I'm gonna make you." And then he thinks, and then he bites her, and nothing happens. And then she comes back alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
That's so sweet.
No.
It wasn't sweet.
Oh, JJ.
No.
I didn't.
Because all she had, I guess, was him. She has no family. I don't know. I'm assuming maybe her family died somehow. I
I
don't
mean, if
know.
I can find a way to live forever, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but
I
you
want to be a
you
nasty
only,
monster.
yeah.
I'd
Which
do it
he was
around.
only his face only turned when he was like mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How lucky for him.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much sums up Nightbreed.
Yeah, man, I really thought like it was enjoyable, and I thought it knew what it was, but it still had a lot of problems, and I think it made him known that it had problems.
Yeah,
but
I
he
didn't
just
mind
really
it.
wanted to make it. I mean, I'll probably watch it again sometime, but you know, I found this cool shirt that I want to buy with him on it that grows in the dark.
It looked like I looked up some of the Nightbreed merchandise.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
So
And let's get some.
I named one of my new kittens Midian. So you know, whatever. It's cool. I just love that
biggest
name.
fan.
I love the name. It was cool. So. But you know, whatever.
IMDb gave it a 6.6 out of 10, so that's not.
I'd say that's
average.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Rotten Tomatoes is 39% critics, 60% audience.
That sounds about right.
Then Amazon is a 4.5 out of 5.
Shit.
5 stars are 67%, 4 stars 13%, 3 stars 10%, 2 star 4%, and 1 star 6%. So a lot of Amazon people like it, I guess. The Amazonians.
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
We haven't come up with our.
well, I mean, just saying if I was on that
Yeah,
website.
okay. So what are we gonna use? It's
I thought of it when I was watching the movie, but to pick an item or a phrase, but
Yeah.
there wasn't really anything jumping out.
we'll do monsters.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. How many monsters do you give this, Josh?
Like out of 5?
Out of
A
10.
Out of 10?
Yeah,
7.
7 out of 10 monsters.
Goodness.
Leo,
I'll go,
I'll go
7.
4.
4?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll have to.
it's not 0.
Yeah.
I agree with Leo. 4 out of 10.
There's a lot of good movies that get rated 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I think, you know, I like what they did with it. I mean,
Saunders, you don't have to defend your choice.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of you.
We're not making fun.
I've seen a lot of bad movies before. It might be a 6, but
No.
I thought Leo was pretty positive. You know?
I like that positive that it was a 4.
It was cheesy as shit though, but like just the makeup and
Makeup was cool.
knowing the
The
story
creatures,
behind it. I guess.
that's like sort of Guillermo del Toro's thing too. It's
Yeah.
like he's got some movies that are like okay, but like the
It's
creatures and makeup and
it's
creation.
and his camera work and
Yeah,
colors
yeah.
he uses that's what's like makes me like Guillermo del Toro. Even if the movie's not that great, it's all that
Right.
combined. But all right, so what are we watching for the next episode, Leo?
Okay, I picked this movie on Netflix. It looks sci-fi. It's a dystopian future, and it's called Automata. And it's got Antonio Banderas in it, and that's all I'm gonna say.
You know what
Something
year it
You know
came
what?
out?
Yeah, you know what year it's from?
2000.
'Cause Antonio hadn't been making very many movies.
Dude. If you get on like Redbox or whatever and see, I guess
is he
they're coming straight to like DVD and Blu-ray. He's in a ton.
Really?
Is he the Mexican?
2014.
Is he Mexican or Puerto Rican
I don't know.
or Spanish?
Here's the description on
I always thought he
IMDb.
was
Okay,
Mexican.
is he the Hispanic Nick Cage?
Oh, he might be.
Okay, here it is on IMDb. It says Jacques Voken is an insurance agent of Rock Robotics Corporation who investigates cases of robots violating their primary protocols against altering themselves. What he discovers will have profound consequences for the future of humanity. Sounds a little like Our Robot.
Sounds
kinda.
a lot like iRobot.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
It's rated R, so maybe it'll be some
That's a good movie. As iRobot.
Hopefully,
fucked up stuff will happen.
yeah, hopefully we can bring it to you next week. Sorry, we were on hiatus because I was on vacation in Florida, and then when I got back, Leo went on his honeymoon to Seattle, and this whole time Josh was just sitting at home with cats.
With his
Cats,
hand in his
no
pants.
friends.
Where's your wife been?
Working.
Oh.
Oh, I had her. But I don't know.
Yeah. That's just his wife, man.
Go see a Tag, by the way. Random plug.
I want to
The
see
movie's
it.
awesome.
Yeah, and I want to go see Incredibles and Hereditary.
Too scary.
But yeah,
I can't wait to talk to y'all after the podcast.
did you see it?
Hereditary.
Yeah.
You did? I don't want to hear anything. Okay. Well,
Someone needs to follow me on Twitter. I'm surprised I haven't got blocked by them for how bad I've been bashing that fucking film.
really?
It's
Josh
the
doesn't
worst
like.
movie ever. It's the worst
It's supposed to
movie
be pretty
I've
good,
ever
I
seen.
thought.
It
like
is.
real scary.
I would rather watch Beyond the Gates again than watch it.
Oh no!
That's how bad me and everyone else in the theater hated Hereditary. All
Oh
the
my
guys
god!
blatantly laughing in the fucking theater and talking about it in the bathroom with strangers afterwards about how bad we hated that movie. Theater of people are
maybe
not
you just
wrong.
didn't get it.
I don't trust
I don't know.
you.
A whole
Yeah, I
theater
don't
of
either,
people?
JJ. I don't
I'm
know.
talking 20
There's
people.
a lot of ding dongs.
Yeah, but okay,
around.
but these people are probably used to new horror movies.
I don't know,
Right,
man.
JJ.
This was the single worst
JJ's
acted,
got his
worst
pinky up while he
scripted,
said
worst
that.
fucking movie I've ever seen.
Nah, I don't trust you on horror.
Oh yeah, that's
just
fine.
saying.
I hate it more than anything in the whole world. But anyway,
All right.
this was Nightbreed. We'll do
Yeah.
Hereditary
Awesome.
next time, maybe.
No,
I'm not watching it
next
again.
time we're doing the one Leo just said.
We'll do Hereditary some other time, maybe, but I'm still not watching it again. So,
Alright.
All right, so thanks for listening to another episode of What
Did
we
Just Watch.